Do you know why I wear this when I go downtown and preach like yesterday? I know the rest of you fellows just in shirts, and I don't blame you. That's probably the way to go. I go like this. You say, well, it's 90 degrees. I've seen it hotter than that. I teach bayonet at 120. But, of course, I was, 25 years old. You know why I dress like this? You know what I'm doing? I'm insulting every doctor and lawyer and businessman in this town. That's what I'm doing. I'm saying, look at me. Do I look like a ragged oaf with a beard? The world is coming to an end. I'm not out there dressed up like a businessman or a doctor or a lawyer. I'm just throwing in their face. I don't mind sweating a little bit for the Lord. Just go ahead sweating. It'll bother me any. Get rid of some bodily chemicals you don't need. That's just, I'm doing it for pure spite. I admit my motive is wrong. I mean, I know what I'm doing something for what I'm doing it for. I'm just doing it just for pure, just meanness. That's what it is. So, look what I can do. You can't do. Yeah. Well, it'll affect my income too. Come on, it'll affect my income too. If I quit preaching, make you preach on the street, you see the rise in people here. Sure you would. You know, a lot of people don't come in here just because of that. And that's the love of money, boy. The people that got the money want to keep it, and they're not going to straighten out in order to get things right for you and your family and your kids. They're going to keep on teaching them 8, 9, 10 grades with no God and no Bible and no 10 Commandments. And they're going to wind up where I preach them in prison. I'm preaching them because we're going in just a few seconds here, a couple of days here. Down there, they'll be in there. They'll be in there. They'll be 15 years old, 14, 13, 12. I've preached some murders at 9 years old. Did you ever see a sign saying, "Thou shalt not kill"? No, they didn't. They didn't get it at church. They didn't get it from the preacher, and they didn't when they got to school. If mom and daddy don't give it to them, and a lot of them don't, then there they are. Kill. Go and kill. Well, kill some more. I mean, there's nothing that says "Thou shalt not kill." That isn't education. That's religion. So you don't get educated in that.
Behold, these are the ungodly who prosper in the world. They increase in riches. Verily, I have cleansed my heart in vain and washed my hands.
That's how you feel sometimes. You see how much money they make and you don't. Go ahead.
For all the day long have I been plagued and chastened.
Now that's what that thing, and that's a warning not to be jealous of people that appear to be getting away with hell, and a lot of them do, for a while. See? I think if you went on down there and said, "I went and saw their end," what verse is that?
Verse 17. Until I went into the sanctuary.
There it is.
Then understood I their end.
There. What their end? Their end is a white throne judgment in hell. That's their end. And if they're a Christian, their loss or reward is the judgment seat of Christ. So don't be envious of them. Let not thine heart envy sinners, but be thou in there. Here comes again the fear of the Lord all the day long. That's to a saved Jew. That's to a saved Jew. And that's to a saved Christian. Work out your salvation with fear and trembling, for it is God that worketh in you both to do of his good will and pleasure. And you serve God with godly fear and godly reverence. Not just reverential trust and all that Schofield bunk. All right, he says, be thou in the fear of the Lord all the day long. For surely there is an end. It's going to be over the suffering eventually, and thine expectation shall not be cut off. If it's cut off by death down here, it's going to continue when you get on the other side. Paul says, henceforth is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord the righteous judge shall give me in that day, and not to me only, but also all them that love is appearing. Hear thou, my son, and be wise. How do you get wise? The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. That's how you get wise. Hear thou, my son, and be wise, and guide thine heart in the way. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he.